Most of the wealthy people I know have taken what they call a haircut. Their financial portfolios have taken a haircut. They call it a haircut. You had this much money, now you got this much money. The wealthy people aren't gaining wealth on the poor people. They say the rich keep getting richer. Not this time around. The wealthy have gotten spanked hard. I've been selling houses, real estate, commercial real estate, and the values keep climbing and climbing. People start bidding because they want these houses. The appraisers go out to approve the value. And if an appraiser wants to keep getting work, he better give the buyers and sellers and those agents the appraisals that they want. Part of the reason the market got so far out of hand was easy credit. You can't give anybody a loan anymore if they can't theoretically pay it off in its lifetime. Why wasn't that a condition before? We'll get an adjustable rate loan. It'll be at a really low interest only payment. You'll only pay interest for this teaser period, this short period. And then when it goes into its balloon and it gets massive and it blows you out of the water, you refinance because the value will have increased and the rates will be lower. But it doesn't always work that way. The values went down. People were getting 100% financing. They were getting 90% financing, 100% financing, 95% financing. The values of these properties were cut almost in half in some cases. All of the equity gone. People are walking away from their houses and they're upside down, which means there's more owed on the house than what the house is worth, because the overinflated values have finally come home to roost. And the bank may either file a deficiency judgment against me or send me a phantom 1099 where I would have to pay taxes on that loss. Although there is a government provision right now to prevent most cases from being chased by the IRS for that loss. Our country's economy is built on the wealth of our land. That's how we store the majority of our country's wealth, is in our land. Well, we overestimated the value of the wealth of our land. It was our fault the balloon burst. The stock market's going to burst again. Everybody got hit hard. The Muslims, what is it about Islam? Muslims tell me, oh, we can't pay interest. It's against our religion. A Muslim's house may be worth less than what he paid for it, if he bought it the wrong time. But you don't find many Muslims upside down in their houses because you're not supposed to go pay interest on loans. I thought at one time that Muslims were at an unfair disadvantage because of their faith. But look who's laughing now. The Muslims were right. The market was crazy. It was wrong. If you were a Muslim, you probably didn't have to take the haircut that the rest of us took. And I'm talking, I know multi-millionaires that are worth half what they were worth before this started. They lost it in the stock market. They lost it in the real estate world. There are a ton of foreclosures still coming our way because the banks have been holding on to these houses that they foreclosed on the way De Beers holds diamonds to keep the value up. And there's a big wave of bank-held properties in this sort of ether zone. And as soon as those come flooding on the market, if they do, it's going to bring us down even further. The people who bet on a continued bullish American housing market in perpetuity, it's insanity. You bet on it, you lost. I do know a Muslim guy that was upside down in his house. And I said to his friend, I thought Muslims weren't supposed to pay interest. And he looked at me and he said, well, yeah, he did it. For some reason, the lure was too much. Muslim or not, he went against his own provision in his faith, built there to protect him. Out of what reason? What was his motivation? I would guess it'd be probably greed. And he got spanked. There's probably more than one Muslim in the United States that went out and got a bank loan that was paying interest that's upside down. Not only painful, but embarrassing.
Play on America!